What's up, guys? It's Andrew Velasquez with another episode of Mindful Artist Podcast. And thank you so much for joining with us today, season 2 in 2024. I'm so excited to introduce to you our new guest today. But before we do that, I wanted to ask you a favor. If you could kindly go to our reviews, give us those stars, rate us, share it with someone that you love. That way, we're most likely to come out on their algorithms. And the song you just heard is called Mi Corazón. You could download wherever you stream your favorite music, written by myself, produced by Aaron McGlendon. And for today, your one-stop shop for all things mindfulness, creativity, balancing entrepreneurship. I have an amazing guest, you guys. This has been a long time coming, a friend that I've had for decades now, and I'm so excited to introduce to you Adamme Sosa. Say hello.
Hello, hola, ¿cómo estás,
Muy
everybody?
bien, muy bien, gracias. Thank you for being here, babe. Let me give you a little bio, yeah? All right, so today, you guys, we have Adamme Sosa. Beauty Warrior is his brand. He is 29 years in the beauty, fashion, entertainment industry. As a performing and beauty artist, a lover, not a hater, his mission statement, rise above, soar like an eagle. Adamme has live stage credits in the following: My Fair Lady, Cabaret, A Chorus Line, Raw Talent Live, The Soundtrack, Las Vegas, West Side Story, Kwerk Ringmasters. Adamme is an artist, educator, reality TV star, performer, hostess with the mostest, and my dear friend. Welcome, Adamme. Yay!
Wow,
What's up,
I did
babe?
not expect you to do all of that, but thank you. Yes, I am
Well
so happy to be
deserved.
with you, babe. In the during the pandemic, I was doing kind of these live video and interviewing my friends, and I thought, I
Yeah,
got to call Andrew, and you showed up and showed out. And I just want to say, I'm
always,
so
babe.
sorry. I've been trying to get with you. I'm so proud of you. You've been
I'm
doing
proud
such
of
an
you.
incredible job with all
Mm,
your podcasts, and
thank
it's
you.
nice to be
Thank
on
you.
this side of the microphone because I've been kind of like the
Hey.
guy who interviews people. So it's
Uh-huh.
awesome. Yeah, no, this is good.
I'm learning from the best. I'm learning from the best. So I wanted to have you
You
on here for
got
so
it.
many reasons because I feel you really embody all the things that the mission statement for mindful artistry is, and that is, balancing spirituality, your passion, and just being your authentic self. You've always done that from the get-go since I met you at Mac Cosmetics in the Glendale Galleria with the chocolate rose.
Woohoo! Shout out to Glendale's the chocolate
Yes.
rose. We gotta
I
tell that
mean, that's
story.
like
I
when
think it's time.
retail cosmetics was it. I mean, we went from like, I don't know, $1 million store to a $5 million store, from 10 artists to 40 artists in like a matter of 2 years, something like that. And you were part of that journey. It was so special. And I loved your energy from the beginning. It's always so infectious and real and just fucking raw. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Yeah.
this is it. It's unfiltered. You get it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? So, and I love that about you.
One thing
Where
I
where
want to
does
add
that
about
come from?
that comes from, I think we're gonna go there because I wanted to go there with you. I think a lot of maybe my extroverted
Yeah.
characteristics and personality, you really come from the pain in my life when I was
Yeah.
want everyone. I call it suffering from I want everyone to like me syndrome.
Yeah.
Growing up,
I get
not
it.
fitting in, and being gay or being not of a certain status, and the coming from an affluent. I come from very humble beginnings, so I think
Yeah.
I was very introverted as a child, extremely mute, almost did not speak.
Mhm.
So funny, all I do is talk to them these days. But I was so silent, and I think
Yeah.
that once I found my voice, I was like, I'm gonna just peacock all the
Yeah.
time, whenever I can. And there
Yeah.
are times that I have shyness, but there are times where I'm just gonna let's bling, let's mohawk, let's wear the crystals and the outrageous costumes at these events that we go to and everything else. But yeah,
I
I
fucking
think
love it.
that's where it comes from, is wanting to spread love and to be loved.
Yeah. Babe, thank you so much. That's exactly why I wanted you here, because that's what we were talking about, is learning from the past and being vulnerable and accepting, all the flaws that kind of
Yep.
shaped us for our
Yeah.
adulthood, our adulthood, because what ages 1 through 10, that's like that's it. That's the formula of what we got, and we're learning from our environments and our behaviors that are surrounding us, not even aware of what we're soaking in, right? Later, having to like really put the efforts into it. But I love that you you recognize that. I'm proud that you were able to have that awareness and be like, I want to be happy. Like, I'm not going to be, because I relate to that 100%. My story is very similar as far as like being introverted, being shy, having a lot of insecurities, and just wanting to be loved, right?
Right.
But I think when you finally find that tribe and that community that accepts you, you're like, fuck it, this is it. And you just falls out, hawk out, wings out. And I love that about you. It was always so like received well. So thank you for showing that to me, like from the
Of
beginning.
course. At the beginning, when we worked at Glendale, just so y'all know who are
Yeah,
watching,
yeah, yeah.
listening,
Tell us.
we had a pretty magical team there at the Glendale Galleria. I think, I think everyone, we are all the protagonists of our own lives. I think, if we really get into the game of life, you start to feel like you're in a movie and your life becomes this movie and you're like, I need to tell this story. And I'm so glad that you're doing this because we're telling our movie. We're telling our story. We're the leads
Legit.
in the characters of our lives.
Mhm.
And what was really neat about the Glendale Galleria Mac Cosmetic store is that Ruby Moreno, shout out Ruby, we love you, mama. She
Love
was the
Ruby.
store manager and she was able to put all of this team of this crew of Mac artists together. We all came from different walks of life. We're all different shapes
Hmm.
and sizes, and that was really what the company celebrated. But it really embodied that with
Yeah.
what Mac was doing at the time. But was really what's really unique about our store is that we were a team of, I think, wild children. We were
Yes.
kind of we were there was a little. I mean, we were all super creative, super talented, but we were like all in our 20s, mid 20s, maybe early
Yep.
30s. And so
Yep.
we were at that age in our life where we were like still trying to part, like we wanted to be in the party scene, and so we were kind of like had
Yes.
this party club kid kind of mentality, and so our stores particularly would
Mhm.
party on the weekends and the music would be
Literally.
jamming. And not all locations would do this because every zone would be different, right? But our store, we'd pump the Madonna, we'd pump the Janet Jackson, we'd pump the house music, we'd pump the 80s music. And every weekend we would eventually get onto the tops of the makeup tables and we would
Yes. Club
and we would
Glendale.
go dance. Do you remember? We would go
Of course
dance.
I remember that. I mean, well, you were the first one to be on that Google box. Let's get it straight. I was the instigator, removing the units and
The
displayers.
lipstick, taking the lipstick
Yes,
off the counters.
giving you your mirror, your brush, and those were your fans, bitch. You were up on the box.
Oh wait,
Word.
shout
Yes.
out.
Oh,
Yes.
I
Are you
love
kidding?
you. Thank
I
you.
knew this moment would happen
He's
organically. And
right
so,
there.
yes,
Yes.
this is your artwork on your fan. If this existed then, we would have been like fanning up the
Clacking
go-go
it, clacking
boxes.
it.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I know it's so funny. I have a whole chapter in the book about that experience.
Oh,
It's
you do?
well, yeah, because I went to fashion school, I went to cosmetology school, but I never went to like a university or a real college like, of sorts.
Same. Same.
So for me, that was my college experience. You know what I mean? Like that fan looks good on you. If, for those of
It
you that
does look
are
good.
listening on the pod, you can't see, so you got to go to the YouTube. But yes, Adam is beautifully displaying the Amores Arte fan. I love that.
Listen, we know how
Uh,
to do this, okay? We know how to
okay.
do that.
Yeah, this is why I wanted you here. Hold up. Wait. Okay, so
Wait,
we're
wait,
going a
wait, wait,
little.
wait. And so, wait,
Oh,
I have to
pues.
tell you
Here
guys.
we
So, we're on the tabletops and we're spinning and we're go-go dancing. And of course, you have your people in the store who are kind of looking at us like, what the hell is happening here? But for 3 minutes, one good 3-minute song, we would do this go-go dance break on a Saturday. Okay. And we would call this a theme day. And so, all of a sudden, the crowds from all the malls were popping back then, yeah. I know we do online shopping today and Amazon and all the other things, but at the
No, but
time,
the
the
malls were
mall was
popping.
it. That was
Yes.
where you went. And so we were in this glass bubble because our store was just all glass window. And
Why we
so
call the Glendolls.
there was just a massive crowd of people who would just come up to the windows and literally would watch us as if we were like the circus act or we were
Yeah.
they were just looking the way. And as soon as the song would stop, we'd take the lipsticks off, we'd gain more clients, more customers would be
Uh-huh.
coming in, and then the crowd would just kind of
And back to
diminish and they
work.
would
Smoky eyelash. Next. I don't know how we had that energy. First of all, you're giving a little percentage of that story too, because not only did we party, in the store, but we partied outside the store, after the store. We're managers, and then would go back to work and do it all over again. Like, I don't even know how, but
I couldn't
that's
do
what we
that
do
today.
in the hell no, no.
I could not
I
do that today. But I think that was the magic. I think that when you are having fun, when you are engaging people, when you are showing positivity, when you are sharing that vibration and high frequency and high energy. Christy Tian was the regional manager, MRO, I think it was called manager
yep,
of retail operations. And I remember we'd almost, all of us would get tense, like, oh my God, they're going to think we're too wild and this is too crazy. And I
right,
remember her going, I approve of this. There's something happening here
yeah,
that is not like any other store. Right? She's like,
yeah.
y'all keep jumping on the table. So anyway, I think that to start off our interview is like a great
Yes, that
base.
was
Because
perfect. Yes,
that is how we started our friendship
yeah,
and how we started our
yeah.
connection.
It
Yeah,
is.
okay.
I love you so
Go.
much.
I love
No,
you so
that was
much.
beautiful. That was perfect. You guys know that was very special. Like, there's a whole chapter in the book about that, and it's right here behind me. It's chapter
Yeah.
5. Yeah, I'd go into more detail about it, but I love it. Okay, so let's kind of rewind though. You touched a little bit
Okay.
on it, and I want to get, to the bottom of like
Yes.
the formula of Adamme Sosa. Like, where tell us about baby Adamme. Tell us about your origins and give us a little brief of yes, we're going there, babe. Give us
All right.
what
Here's what happened.
what you're comfortable with, what you're comfortable with
Yeah, no,
sharing,
no, no,
because
absolutely. No,
people
absolutely.
connect with that. People connect with that,
No, absolutely. So, we shared that, I definitely recognized I want everyone to like me syndrome because I did not have in the beginning a strong friend group. I wasn't chosen to be on on the team in school first. I was effeminate. I was soft spoken. I was not like all the other guys. And so I have a twin brother. And so let's go back to the beginning. I'm born a twin. We're fraternal twins, Adam and Felipe, Adam and Philip. And my
nice.
brother is, your guy's guy. He could do the sports and the thing and all of the guy's guy things. Where I was just different. I was not gonna. I was like, can we play tetherball?
Barbies?
And Barbie, not Barbies, not Barbie.
Oh,
Tetherball, monkey
tetherball is fun
bars.
though.
Tetherball was bomb, but it wasn't what the guys were
Dodgeball?
doing. It wasn't what the guys were doing. The guy
No, I
that was
know.
like the girl sport or
Yep.
whatever. But I just remember I used to play. Okay, this is kind of this is sad, but it's a good thing. This is good. It
Yeah,
turns
no,
out
this
okay.
is a
It
safe
turns
space.
okay.
Yeah.
So as a kid, I used to play a game on the during recess, and I would go to the because I didn't have any friends, and so I would go to the fence. I went to John Burroughs Elementary, Fresno, California, and I would just stand there. And I remember seeing people driving by in their cars, and in
Yeah.
my mind, I would think, I can't wait till one day I'm going to be old enough to drive anywhere in the world and have any experience I want. So just cope with this lonely time right now, because one day you'll be out there free. And that was it. I told my mom recently, she was like,
Oh,
that is so sad. But what I think I was saying is, in my child mind, I can't wait to be. I know this isn't it. I know this
correct.
experience at this lonely time when I'm not chosen to play on the teams, when I'm not really having a strong friend group. There's something else out there in that world when people are driving by in their cars that is an experience outside of the one that I'm in, and I want to go there one day.
Yeah.
And so that was a very interesting thing. But while I was playing that game, it was in the fourth grade. I'll never forget. Esoterica Robinson, Esoterica,
Okay.
Esoterica, and beautiful little black girl. And she says, "Hey, why are you over there all by yourself?" And I was like, "Uh, you're talking to me?" She was like, "Come play with me." And I was like,
Oh,
"She's gonna play with me." And so that friendship sparked from the fourth grade until today. We are still friends, but a lot of times people wonder. I have very much so taking a pride in my artistry across the board, but especially when it comes to
yeah.
women of color. And
Yeah.
it's very interesting that when I became a makeup artist, all the black girls would come to me at MAC, at my home
Mm-hmm.
location in Fresno.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to be the guy who did all the women of color in any location I was at. And I often wonder, that must have been maybe the seed of like, I'm going to
Yeah.
cater to this group of people even though I can do the white girl, I can do the light skin and the medium skin,
Of
but
course.
the women of color were always just like held a special place in my life, because I think it
Yeah.
was esoterica when we were, in that fourth grade, and she became my friend. And so that was
Yeah.
the beginning. Thereafter, I went to the middle school, where I discovered I joined the choir. So I literally found my voice singing, and
Wow.
it was in singing that I became a little, likable. Okay, so
Yeah.
he's kind of weird. He's kind of not the
Because you
guy
got a
that does sport.
voice. You guys, you got
Well,
to check out
well,
the music.
yeah. Oh, thank you,
You too. Just say thank you.
thank you. Just say thank you. But it was very interesting to have admiration all of a sudden. Someone who was not liked, who was not chosen to be part of a crew or a group of people, and now because I had a little bit of talent, they could say, "Oh, that guy's got a good voice. Oh, did you hear him sing a
Yeah.
song?" And then we went to the Performing Arts High School, and that's when it really kind of blossomed. And that's when I joined the theater programs, and I found my tribe, as we mentioned, as you talk about
Yeah.
too, where
Yeah.
it was artistic, like-minded individuals who were cut from maybe a little different thread, and were able to kind of come together. And so I saw other gay people. I saw other
Yeah.
artists. That was when I saw makeup artistry for the first time, is in the theater, and how you can
Okay.
transform yourself on stage by being, in these music, like My Fair Lady or Cabaret or all these different shows.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of awkward, because I come from a very Latino I was raised in the east side of
Mm-hmm.
town, so it was very Latino, but I was influenced by American Broadway theater. So
Mm.
again, I still didn't fit in, because it was like, "Hey, what's up, dog? What's up, fool?" And I'd be like, "Hello, my honey. Hello, my darling." Right?
I love
And
it.
so, but it was the mixing, melting pot of all of those different
Yeah.
experiences that was building me into eventually becoming the, self-proclaimed beauty warrior. And I call myself a beauty warrior, because I like to find and see the beauty in everyone. And I feel like warrior is who we are as people, because despite whatever circumstance that you're going through, despite whatever hardship or shortcoming that you're going through, we are all going through some form of opposition, and you have to be a warrior through that. And so beauty warrior finally felt like the right thing to brand as my own, and my thing that I would like to live on as in my own little legacy of a way, with the people that I touch with my brand, or with who I am. Beauty warrior is my thing. So yeah, that's kind
Babe,
of where we got to.
you are a legacy, and how cool is that to know, first of all, like to come from being a minority of even of your minorities, like you're a
Yeah,
minority,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
to find commonality with someone else that is a minority, and to have this light, reignite you guys, and then you bring that light to wherever you go now, which is kind of beautiful. And then in full circle moment now, like you are that brand. Does that make sense? Like you,
yeah.
through the hardships and through like the struggles and through being isolated, like you become larger than that, and a brand to encourage others and really inspire like so many people, because you have a tribe. Like you've always had this little following from different walks of life too, from like your dancing. I went to your dance classes, which is amazing.
I
And Johnny.
love, I
And we were
love when
fans
you
of
guys would come.
that.
You guys were the best. I loved you
So
coming to the
fun.
class.
So fun.
FYI, just so you guys know, I've done, from the singing and the dancing and the
Give us the
theater.
breakdown. Yeah.
I found the makeup world. That makeup world hugged and loved on me, and I hugged and loved on it. And it allowed me to really peacock, especially in the beginning days at Mac. We would do all these crazy, wild theme days, which led me into doing some drag makeup and club kid makeup, and doing all the really avant-garde stuff. And then thereafter, the dream still to be in theater and project and performing arts. So I ended up breaking into Las Vegas and doing a show in Las Vegas that's
So
changed my
cool.
life. It was super cool. And then reality TV, when I did a dance reality TV show, I said, I want to see if I can do this thing. And it was when
Yeah.
it was a weight loss show, and
Yeah.
I lost weight and danced, and it kind of gave me the platform to now, which is kind of all encompassing, right? It's like beauty,
Yes.
fashion, wellness,
Yes.
entertainment,
Mhm.
encouragement, motivation. Like, that's why sometimes people are kind of like, okay, stay in one lane, bro. Like, how many? And I'm like, no, but I'm kind
Nah.
of all of them. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay to
Yeah.
do it all. And you, a
Yeah.
lot like me. I see you,
Yeah.
Andrew, and
Hmm.
your hair and your makeup and you're
Mhm.
designing cosmetics and you're a makeup artist instructor and
Mhm.
now you're in Florida and you're in California. Like we're kind of all the things, huh? We just
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah, we're like a big
Yeah.
pizza pie. You're just trying to take all these recipes and ingredients from all the
Yes.
different kitchens that you have participated in and just, fully cook like what it is that you're trying to figure out, really. I'm still trying to
Yeah.
figure it out. Like we're always trying to figure it
Yeah.
out. I say I'm a student of the University of Mother Nature, and that is my religion, and I will always be learning from wherever I go, like and healing throughout that. But the mission is to uplift others like ourselves that are a little broken at times and have some hardships, which we all do. It's part of the progress of growth and evolution. But knowing that there is a light at the end of that dark tunnel and that you have other people that you can connect with and be, a community and be a tribe part of, or be a part of a tribe is what I'm trying to say.
I love
Okay,
that.
cool. I love that. And I love you. I wanted to ask a couple questions that are
And I love you
particular
too.
to. Can you share with our viewers and our listeners what practices or routines do you have in place to nurture your creativity and spirituality while running your business?
What practices do I have that are nurturing what I do in life? I would
Yeah,
say
the balance of it all.
one practice I'm doing right now is exiting social media for 1 month. And it's very
Yes,
difficult
bravo.
for me. It's very, very difficult for me. I went through a period of time, as you said, we have highs and lows in all of our lives, where I was in a very deep low. And I was experiencing, the things, the depression, the anxiety, just the unknown. And I remember thinking, I'm posting and creating content and it, is it taking away or adding to my life? And so for a couple of years, I decided for the beginning of every year, I'm just going to exit for 30 days. The month of January is just for me.
Yeah,
It's self-care. It's me to get my mind, deep clean my room or my house
yeah.
or my office or my studio or whatever it is that all the stuff that I sometimes get cluttered with.
Mhm.
And I stopped doing that for a couple of years because I was so excited the world opened up after a pandemic lockdown and stuff. So
Right.
just
We
just
all were.
yesterday, yeah, just yesterday, I said, you know what? I'm gonna take it off. So for January, I don't have to create content. And it's like, what do I do? You have more time to
Yeah,
go to the gym, food
yeah,
prep,
yeah.
whatever it is, the things that you want to do. I know you had sent me a list of things, and I
Mhm.
don't know if I can do the cold shower thing yet, but
Yeah, yeah, no, I applaud you for that. Like it's a digital disconnect detox is imperative. It helps you mind, body, soul because we
yeah,
do not even realize that we become addicted to it. And
yeah,
it shouldn't be the first thing that you pick up. The first thing you should do is practice gratitude. And that's part of the list that I sent you,
yes,
reflect 30-day reset, because our human brains are formalized to be comfortable and like
yeah,
to really evolve and to really break out of the darkness that you just shared with us. Thank you for being vulnerable about that. You have to challenge yourself. You have to fight that little voice. You have to fight that little inner saboteur, inner bitch voice, whatever you want to call it. And the only way to do that is to
Verushka. I tell her, shut
Barushka,
up, Verushka. Shut
Babushka.
up.
Like I see you. You're that annoying like roommate. I know you're never
Exactly.
going away, but you're gonna like be quiet for a minute. Give it an expiration date, and you can move on from it. So this 10 step list that I gave you for the 30
Yeah.
day like reset is for that reason, is to challenge that part of the brain. Neurologically, you will actually change that negative thought that's telling you, nah, stay comfortable. You don't got to go over there. Don't take a cold shower. Don't go to the gym today. Don't eat healthy today. And then you fight those voices and you challenge it with positive affirmations and things that you can eventually use into other parts of your life. So that's the whole like purpose of that.
Positive
So
positive affirmations is something that I have them up on the weird now. What is believe in yourself, because no one else will. And there's nothing wrong with being selfish. I think that
I'm
there's
putting it in a
this
place where you see it every day.
I think that there's this negative, critique. Oh, don't just be self-absorbed. Don't be self-centered. It's not about being overly self-centered or self-absorbed. But if you are not selfless, you
Mm-hmm.
have to be for you
Mm-hmm.
first. You know, I
How are
was
you
born
gonna
and
love
raised
someone
on
else if you can't love your damn self, right?
If your cup cannot run, it says your cup runneth over. So it's like, that
Mm-hmm.
means your cup has to first be full, right? So
Right.
that it can then run over so you can share with others. So positive affirmations. And I think we all can get mind boggled with that mind chatter, all
Mm-hmm.
of that stuff. And so I know you asked me to talk about a book. I think it was at one point.
Hold that thought
Oh,
for yeah,
sorry.
we will.
Okay.
We will. No, you're good. You're
Okay.
good. No,
Okay.
but that's a perfect segue into the how you're gonna love someone else if you can't love your damn self. So what is
Yeah.
a self-care beauty regimen that you practice for yourself? Because in order for you to be of service for others, you got to take care of yourself first. So
Mm.
what's a self-care beauty regimen that you have? Do you take time for yourself selfishly before you service others? And what are your beauty, you know, regimens that you want to share with us? Because you're a beauty guy like me, so
Yes, we
we
love
want
the
to know all the
beauty and the
secrets
glam.
because you still look
Yes,
20.
yes. Thank you. Oh, I needed that. No, it's all the Botox in the filler. No, I'm just kidding. I don't.
Hey, whatever works. I'm
I don't
a
have.
I fan.
I don't have any yet, but I'm not afraid of the injectables. Beauty,
Hmm.
Believe it or not, as cheesy as it sounds, I love getting a. Every now and again, I will just go get a nice pedicure and just chillax in my spa pedicure,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
it just feels so good to get like
Good.
the massage, and they're doing your toes and your patas look good. Oh, your pies, sorry, not your pata, your pies,
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
Spanish. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
got a
no, so
manicure earlier too.
a good man, see, a manic, let
Hmm.
me see. Oh, let me show you my
Hmm.
foot. No, I'm just kidding.
Not the
Big
patas.
up. No, that's one. Another one is for self-care. I recently started dancing again, and it's something that I
Yes.
love so much. I'm in the hair in the studio. I have a hair and
What
makeup
feeds your
studio,
soul?
and it feeds it so much. It's so important to keep the body moving. I tell people all the time, it's not so much about gaining bulk muscle or losing 1,000 all this weight. It's the endorphins that are being like shot through my brain, and you just feel so much better after. And so for me, showing
Yeah.
up and teaching a class helps me show up for myself. I know they would say, oh, just do it for yourself, you should be doing this for you, and it is for me, but it helps motivate me knowing that there's other
Hmm.
students that are relying on me to show up. So it's
It's your
again creating that
accountability.
community
Hmm.
accountability. It's
Hmm.
your accountability, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's it,
I love
yeah.
it. Thank you for sharing that. Cool, cool. So that also leads me into the
Is
new
that Johnny?
segment for
Hi, Johnny.
2022. No, he's not here yet. Who are you talking about? That's my back. It's a
Oh,
reflection. See, it's two Andrews.
I see that homie back there.
It's like
Okay.
it's the glam core light. You're crazy. I love you. All right, you guys. So with season 2 in 2024 of Mindful Artist Podcast, we have a new segment that I'm really excited about.
The library is open! Because reading is what?
Fundamental.
There you have it, darling.
And it is called The Library is Open. So for our guests, an opportunity for you to share what is your favorite book and why.
Okay, I'm not much of a reader, ain't gonna lie.
That's
However,
honest. That's okay.
however, during my like 18, 19, and 20, there was this TV show, PBS. I'm sure PBS, Public Broadcasting System, is all over. In our town, it's Channel 18. But this guy, Dr. Wayne Dyer, would be on. And so from a very early age, I started to follow his television show, and he would sell his books, but he was all about speaking about connecting to higher source and understanding the power of mindful intention and manifestation through positive thinking. And I remember thinking, wow, that's such an awesome way to think, being born
What
and
was the
raised.
name of the author?
dr
Sorry.
wayne Dr. Wayne Dyer. And so from a very early age, I had that influence, yet I was afraid to follow it because I was born on beans, rice, and Jesus Christ. So my family would say that is the new world thinking. Don't go that way, right?
Right.
However, it's very intertwined with what some of the Bible says. It's about positive thinking. It's about, having as long as you have as little of a mustard seed of faith, whatever it is you can try and shoot for, be ambitious, continue to knock out those negative thought processes. And so the name of that book was The Power of Intention, The Power of Intention by Dr. Wayne Dyer.
Nice.
And he just spoke about how your intentions and what you focus on in your mind are really what mold and create your life. And so I was very fortunate and blessed to have that at about 18 or 19 years old, because I remember trying to write down, and what I was doing was creating vision boards at that age,
Hmm.
which I wish I would get back to doing that. That's something I want to do again this year. I think I haven't done a
You
vision board in a really
should
long time. Yeah.
definitely put it
Yeah.
in a place where you can see it daily as well.
Yeah. But that book is amazing. So I recommend it to everyone if they're ever wanting to try and check out
Yes.
something. Yeah.
So that's the book, The Power of Intention by Dr. Wayne Dyer. Awesome. I'll put that in the description of this episode.
Yes.
Very cool. Thank you for sharing that. Also, can you share any tips or advice for aspiring entrepreneurs looking to incorporate more creativity and spirituality into their work?
Yes. I think that I use my life. We talk about you've mentioned even, your university is this planet, this a life experience. And I think at the stage I am in our life, where we are, is we're wanting to give back, we're wanting to share, we're wanting to
Yeah.
motivate and encourage. And so
Hmm.
I think that if you are trying to get to any place in your life, in any industry that you're going for, that preparation, this was taught to me by Michael Keys. I remember I interviewed him once at IMATS. He's the owner and creator of
Nice.
IMATS, International
Yeah.
Makeup Artist Trade Show.
Yes.
And as I was interviewing him, I asked him a similar question, and he said, well, I believe it's when preparation meets opportunity. And I remember thinking,
Mm.
just those two things, preparation and opportunity. Well, I would never have been able to be in a musical or make my moment on TV or have my big dream moment in Las Vegas had I not studied over and over again how to sing and how to dance and take another dance class and investing in myself and taking that
Yeah.
extra class and being relentless and determined to
Yeah.
eventually make whatever it is that I want happen. I have so many. I feel like I haven't touched even. Sometimes I feel like I haven't done anything. So when you introduce me, it kind of feels like, what? That doesn't feel like, because I feel like there's so much more, right? We want
I
to do when you have
understand.
that ongoing creative ambition.
Hmm.
But to a new artist, to someone who wants to start their business, study, make sure that you are investing in everything that you want to do as far as classes or education, and preparation. You're constantly in preparation, so that when that opportunity presents itself to get a job at Mac, to audition for the show, to start
Yeah.
your podcast, to now you're prepared for that opportunity. And I think that also happens with the passion of just, I think timing is also, it's just kind of, sometimes it's like there's this
Sure.
cosmic
Sure.
connection and timing thing that happens, but opportunity meeting preparation.
I love that. Well, yeah, because, maybe 15-year-old Adamme or even 20-year-old Adamme wasn't ready for that reality TV competition
Yeah.
show. Like, you had to kind of
Yeah.
suffer and go through all those different parts of your life to be the Adamme that was ready for that
Oh, and
experience.
pivot. Don't be
Okay,
afraid
pivot.
to pivot. If that, whatever it is, being a doctor, being a lawyer, I don't know, opening up your ranch,
Being
farm, whatever
adaptable,
it is,
yes.
pivot. Don't be afraid to pivot and find
Hmm.
different ways
Hmm.
to your successes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. How do you measure success in both your creative and entrepreneurial pursuits? And do they ever overlap?
How do I measure? I think it's still very hard for me to measure, which is why I said
That's
I
honest.
feel like
I
I
love that.
haven't done enough, even though I know that we are enough. I know where we are is just perfect. We are in divine order. All is okay. There's still an inner voice that says there's so much more to do. I'm so looking forward to creating the next whatever it
Yeah.
is, as the lead in my life movie. I'm the
Hmm.
protagonist and the lead character in my movie. You are the lead protagonist and lead character in your movie.
Period.
But also learning to be okay with what you have done and where you are. And if that means you're taking a break from college, or you're taking a break from your business, or whatever it is, that is okay for now, And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I hope I answered that question. I know
You
it's very
did.
hard to
No,
answer
that's
that question.
no, it's perfect. There's no wrong or right answer. It's really what it means to
It
that
used to
individual.
be, if I
Mhm.
made enough money, if I'm a millionaire by this
Right.
time, I should have
Right.
I should have my own Broadway show. I should have the beach house and the home in Bel Air and all of these different things. And that
Right.
has all disappeared now.
Yeah.
All of those things have no
Mhm.
longer meaning. I can say what means the most to me and what makes me feel fulfilled, not successful, but fulfilled. And fulfillment to me is success, is having this with you, having a real connection
Oh,
with you, having long rooted relationships. Because
yeah.
none of this goes with me. I've learned that all of this fades. But the one thing, and this is when I get a little, your family, your friends, your connections, your experiences, the light that you leave, and the responsibility that I have when I come into a room or I come into a space, that
Yeah.
for me makes me feel most successful because I want to be, you know, one day when we're gone, I think of myself, I go, how will I be remembered? How will people remember me? I want to be remembered, hopefully, with even just a little bit of light in people's lives and happiness. And so that to me
Oh.
is success. Yeah, I know.
Yes, preach. No, I love
Yeah.
it. That's why we're here. And we're here to make a
Yeah.
difference. This is why I wanted to
Yeah.
connect with you. I always feel that connection with you, even if it's remotely, even if it's on a FaceTime or on a phone call. It's or on a video text, voice memo that we often leave to each other. That's 5 minutes, 10 minutes long, but I save them all. I'm here for it, and I appreciate
It's
you
a
very
mindful, it's a mindful. I love that the name of this is mindful. I didn't realize how mindful I'm being when I am. Is he really that happy? Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on? And I'm putting on, maybe I am putting on some, but I'm mindfully choosing to leave positivity in the spaces that I enter because that's what I would want for people to do
Yeah.
for me. And there's really shitty people in the world. Sorry, excuse my French. There's really
Yeah, you're good.
negativity in the world, but I choose and try because I am far from perfect. I make mistakes all the time and I own them and I try to apologize for those mistakes. But I try my best to be. Oprah Winfrey's another big inspiration, and she's be mindful of the frequency and the energy that you bring into the room.
Yeah.
If we are all being mindful of the energy and the frequency we bring into the room, then we can have that. But you've entered a room and you've been like, "Ooh, it's heavy up in here."
Yeah, yeah. No, 100%. Like you said it earlier too, that we're directors of our own cinematic experience, right?
Yeah,
And that even goes into like coming into a room with other energies that
yeah, yeah,
sometimes you're not kind of compatible with at the moment. So I like to challenge myself when I have those moments, and I really look at myself and say, okay, what is it about this energy that I can learn from that maybe I'm projecting something about me that I don't really like about myself onto that individual, and I'm judging. So I always try to be aware of that and retrain that judgment into like, oh, well, you know what? Even though they had a bad attitude, that's a really cool shirt, or that haircut's amazing. What and I'm getting used to in the habit of like not judging because that's something that I don't like about myself. You know what I mean? Like
we all, though, all of us
I
can be
know, I know,
critical, right? Matter of fact,
right?
this is going to
Because
bring
I'm
it
critical of
right.
myself.
I'm going to bring it to your attention just now. So you came into the store. I had already been working there. You had been hired just shortly after I did.
Yeah.
And this is a memory. This is good, though. This is good. You got a key
Oh.
holder position
Hmm.
over me. And I remember thinking, how the hell this cat gonna come up in here and get a manager position? And I've been here before him. And I remember having a moment.
Right.
I have obviously fallen in love with you. You're one of the homies. You're like you're a brother.
Same.
You're
Same.
you're a, but in that immature space or in that time in life, you learn and you go, wait a minute,
Hmm.
that wasn't my time. That was his time. There's going to be different moments where you can learn to have those breakthroughs with relationships. And if this
Yeah.
interview is being heard by someone who might be going through a difficult time with a coworker
Yeah.
or in a friendship, personal or professional, we ended up becoming great friends. And I'm so
Of
proud of
course.
everything that you've done. And Iris Navarrete, who's written a book recently and was one of our big
Yeah.
mentors in Mac Cosmetic,
I'm
she
trying to get
told me
her on
once,
here too.
she took Iris from both of
Girl.
us. We want you, girl. She said, Adamme, sometimes in life, in order to move up, you have to move out. Now, she meant I was trying to go for, like, I think a senior artist position or an artistry position. And she was telling me, instead of going up, Mac, from the artist world, maybe you can go up, but in the manager world. Well,
yeah,
she didn't know I actually left completely out of Mac. And that was a really scary moment at the time because Mac was the hot thing. And it was like leaving Mac was like a big deal. Like, it was very fearful. But as soon as I left Mac, I ended up becoming an educator, senior artist for a private makeup academy.
There
And
you go.
so moving, sometimes in order to move up in life, whether you're personal or professional life, if you move out, you will be very shocked and surprised how sometimes God, universe will shoot you up. And so that
was a great pivot, my friend. I love that pivot. Good job.
Yeah.
No, so good. Okay, so here we go, you guys. I mean, this guy, he's amazing, right? All the things. Look at this. Look at this energy. Can you feel the energy? I can feel the energy. Give us your top, like, highlight moments of your career. Like, what are your top 3 favorite moments of, like, man, I did that. I'm proud of that. And it's going down in history.
Thank you. That's a fun moment. Top 3. It was very hard, as you know, drama. I said, he's like, send me 10 images. I sent him like 68 images. I'm like,
I got to filter through all that.
I'm
here for
sorry.
it.
I'm
No,
sorry.
don't be sorry. I love it.
That was very me, though.
Portfolio is amazing. So good. Because it's like different genres of portfolio too. It's like Broadway, it's like artistry, it's hostess, it's all the dancer. I can't, like, you know what I mean? There's a chocolate, there's a rose.
And I don't know if you guys can see, but I got this fuller stature, you know. So the big
and
boy
still
is
shaking and moving and grooving.
Still shaking and moving. That's been the one thing, is whether I'm in my smaller physique or my larger stature, the boy can move.
We love it.
But I would say MAC Cosmetics. Obviously, we've been talking a lot about our MAC days. It helped build and mold me into the artist. Eventually, I now have my own makeup brand and my own studio, Beauty Warrior products. And if you look at it, it's very much so modeled after the inspiration from being with MAC, black and white. The logo is just like the letters. But all the relationships and the artist training and development that happened within that company helped so many of us move on to do other bigger and even grander things.
Absolutely.
So that was a huge moment, paying respect to Mac. And then making, Vegas, being a headliner, and like, what? I'm this Mexican boy from the hood. I come from like humble beginnings.
So cool.
And I'm in Vegas, and I'm with 55 cubanos. Y antes no hablas español, pero ahora yo hablo español, pero yo tengo un poco de acento cubano.
¿De veras?
Ajá.
¿No creíste hablando en español?
No, ni una persona en mi familia habla en español. Yo soy la única persona. Porque
¿Ni
yo
la mamá?
aprendí, ni mi mamá nada. Mi hijo, mi hija ya. Pero cuando habla, yo aprendí con mi compañera de Cuba.
¡Hey!
¡Hey! Oye, qué balada.
Aquí tenemos bastante cubanos y puertorriqueños aquí.
Oh, sí.
Oh,
yeah, en Florida. Muchísimas.
Sí.
Ay, qué rico. I mean, ay, qué bueno.
I love it. Also, you've talked about your mom.
I said in Spanish.
How
My mom's
delicious.
huge inspiration. Yeah.
I love your mom. She's so cool and beautiful.
Yeah.
And
she's my
like,
number one. We live together today. I was away for 30 years. It's so great. She's a widow now. We push and pull in life together. I put her all over my social media. It's how we got through pandemic together. She gripes and complains and different things. And it's so funny. I'm like, Mom, we're like 2 peas in a pod. Like, it's just you, she, and I. I don't have a partner. She's a widow. I take her to all my events. Some people think it's weird. I think it's amazing.
It's beautiful.
I get one mama in this world. And one day when they go, God bless you and your family. I know your mom is your angel now. But I just try my best to share her as well. And Vegas would be the second. Back to the question. Vegas would be the second, and the third would be the reality TV show, the weight loss TV show, when I was on that show. So those are the 3, I think, highlight moments, because those are my 3 highlight moments. So
bravo.
And
bravo.
I just got back into the ballroom. I told you I'm teaching dance again. And
I saw.
And so I was at Dancing with the Stars a couple weeks back, and
how was really that? Cool.
It was super dope, bro. Like, it's been 13 years since I've been in Hollywood. I live in Fresno now. My business is local. So I kind of lost my connections, I thought, in Hollywood, but I had a friend who worked at the makeup team, believe it or not. And I said, hey, Sarah, I don't know if you remember Sarah. She was a freelancer with us at Mac Glendale, but she's a makeup artist backstage. Sarah had, no, she has.
Oh yeah. No, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So she ended up helping us get on the show, but it turns out that the producer at CBS, we recognize each other because she's the same producer, stage manager who stayed and managed my show. So it was like 13 years later, she remembered that I was good to her. She was good to me. And so full circle moment, that to me is success. When you create and keep those kind of those relationships, you know?
People never
and
forget.
The chocolate
rose. No one knows about
that. I'm just going to say it now because whether she's around or not, it's actually a good thing. Her name was Catherine Dimitru.
She was fierce.
She was fierce. She was in executive leadership at MAC Cosmetics.
She was the VP of MAC Cosmetics, yeah. And
she was the VP.
Well, for the Southwest. Or for the Southwest.
You're right.
And then
You're right.
Anytime we would have those visits that Christy would tell us, Christy T, and we'd be like, oh girl, we got to deep clean, we got to get the fabuloso, we got to dust, we got to mop, put these Mexicans to work.
So we were having a market visit. Our big wig boss is coming into the store. The store was just pristine, and she would walk in, and there were, I guess, some chocolate rose candies that were sitting on the table. And Captain Dimitru, if you're listening to this ever, know that this was not to mock, but it really was. No, you were just so fabulous. Love. And she walked by, and she's like, and Andrew and I were always bullshitting and like making jokes and overdoing the drama, right? And so we were also immature. We were probably like, what are we in our mid-20s?
Yeah, we were probably nervous and like just I don't know.
Ooh, what is this? Is this a chocolate?
I brought a basket of chocolate roses to her. And you picked one out. I think, did you put it in her mouth? I'm holding the basket. I'm holding the basket.
It's a chocolate rose. And it probably wasn't that dry, but we kept putting extra on it. But she was just so fabulous, like her hair and her makeup and her body and her outfits.
All of it, gorge. Yeah.
And so we made this inside joke for many years.
It's for years. I'm going to get a chocolate rose tattoo.
How are you, chocolate rose?
Oh my God. I can't. This is why I wanted to have you on here. All right.
I love it.
I love you. So here we go. Wrapping up Mindful Artist Rapid Cues. I have 3 questions just right off the top of your head. Don't have to think about it too hard. Question number 1, Adamme Sosa.
Okay.
Who is your hero and why?
Oh, my hero is my mama. My mama, because she was just our saving grace in our life. She was able to nurture us and feed us on a very minimal budget. And I now, as an adult, realize how hard life is, how expensive life is, how I would really struggle if I had a human being I had to take care of. And she took care of 3 of us, me, my twin brother, and my sister. And so she is actually the singer and the dancer, and she actually did hair and makeup. And so she did not get to live out her passions the way that I have. But I think that as a parent, you yearn to say, okay, the next generation, what will you do with this? And so when I look to mama, and when I do all of these things, it's to make me proud, but it makes me happy to make her proud and make her feel like, wow, and she is my worst critic, by the way. She'll be like, well, you don't know how to do that makeup that good. I'm like, I have a global award trophy. I have a global award trophy for a makeup artist. She's like, don't do my makeup. Mom, you want me to do? No, I don't need you touching my face. So she's fuerte. Yeah.
You guys are synergistic. I love that.
Yeah, okay. She's so funny.
Question number 2. What is your favorite music album of all time?
Janet Jackson, Control.
Hey,
baby.
Yes, so good.
Control.
You live that too, and you know that choreo like.
I'm a Janet fan, man. I'm a Janet fan, but we're on our way to
fierce.
Madonna. Madonna is.
Are you gonna see her too?
I'm gonna be there. Are you gonna be there?
I'm gonna be there. Yeah, I'm gonna be in LA in March. Yeah.
Yes. You're gonna be in LA.
Yeah, Monday.
Yes, dude. We have to connect.
We have to connect. Yes.
We will be.
You know, I'm bringing the fashion and all the things. Okay, cool. Last question for wrapping up Mindful
Andrew.
Artist.
Wait, not Andrew. I'm having a picture of you in a unitard with flowers and just like Prince.
Wait.
Oh, your Prince party. Yeah.
Oh, that
Prince
was
party.
fun. That was
Yes,
fun. Yeah.
yes.
I always had themes every birthday.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Wrapping up Mindful Artist, rapid cues. Question number 3, chocolate rose. What? All right. Focus.
Okay.
What is your favorite quote of all time?
Oh, I think one of my favorite quotes of all time. Let me see here. Oh no, I'm drawing a blank. Jeez. I mean, I guess one of them that I always go to, and I share this in a lot of my classes, is one that I shared earlier with, which was a virus neverette. In order to move up, sometimes you have to move out. And I think that can really be applied to so many areas in professional and personal. Sometimes if you're in turmoil, you really just, what is it? And I always use, the flight, the pilot, what does a pilot do when there's turbulence in the aircraft? Does he stay on that same level, or will he rise above, or will he lower? He doesn't stay in turbulence. The pilot will either rise or will either lower. So it means pivot, change position. Don't stay in turbulent life form. Try to find smooth ground. And so, yeah, that's what I would say.
So fitting, beautifully said, my friend. Iris Navarrete quote: "In order to move up, you got to move out." Right?
Sometimes you have to move out.
Sometimes you have to move out. Okay, cool. Adamme Sosa, thank you so much. This was amazing. Tell us where we can find you and support your craft, your brand, and all the things.
Thank you so much. I love you, brother from another mother and
I
father.
love you too.
I'm so proud of you. And
I'm
Johnny,
proud of you.
I miss you. And you can find me at Adamme Artistry and on all social media. That's my handle. So at Adamme Artistry. Yeah, and that's it.
The brand as well?
Beauty Warrior
Okay.
Tribe. Yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you so much. I love you. You guys, Adamme Sosa today. Let's give it up. Make sure you follow him. That song you're about to hear is my song, Mi Corazón, written by myself, produced by Aaron McClendon. And for those of you that are out there wondering what you can do with your lives, make sure that you follow us. Come back to the next episode. Subscribe. Mindful Artist Podcast. If you are a creative entrepreneur that balances your life with spirituality and artistic, email me at mindfulartistpodcast@gmail.com. Until the next time, make an impact in someone's life. Much love and light to you all. Thank you, Adamme. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Mwah.